Paradise World Videos. We're in Torrevieja Saturday morning and lovely blue skies. As you all know, we're having an Indian summer, but it's not quite as hot as we expected in the August months. But yeah, for September, coming into October, we're still looking as low as 24 degrees early in the morning and getting up possibly 28 to 30 degrees later on in the afternoon. But we've got a lot of news to catch up with today because it ain't good for the Sanchez's. We've got his wife up in court, we've got his brother up in court, and then we've got the other news, power cuts in Spain. And be careful if you're driving electric scooters, you could end up with 3 points, €800 fine. Also, the other news we've got as well is the emission zones that are set to come in. That's all been changed here in Torrevieja. Now it's delayed to 2027. So yeah, we're going to go through everything this morning, walking around Torrevieja, Costa Blanca on a beautiful day. And yeah, it's already starting to get hot and sweaty. We're going to get straight on with the latest on the Sanchez palaver, shall we say, because it ain't looking good. I mean, the court in Spain here have confirmed on Saturday they've actually got enough evidence for the brother of Pedro Sánchez, and the court is said they've dismissed his appeals and it's going to go ahead, and he's been accused of quite a few things, and yeah, he's denied everything. And Pedro is actually standing by his brother David Sánchez, and he says it's all wrongful dealings and it's all to do with the opposition party that's bringing all this up. But it ain't just him. Apparently there's 10 other people also up in court. The accusation against him is all certified and alleged misconduct during his tenure in the region of EDS, or performing arts, including all the alleged irregularities in the creation of the government job for him. And he has categorically denied this, old David Sánchez. Well, he would do, wouldn't he? But yeah, 10 other people as well. So there we go. And they're all blaming it on the opposition party. But he's going to go to court for this, and the trial's going ahead. And he was, apparently his brother was a trained classical musician. But he's been under investigation for a while now, since May 2024, following the complaint from the right-wing group Manos Limpias, which is clean the hands in Spain. They're also accusing the brother David Sánchez of actually going to Spain to avoid all the Spanish taxes. Wow, what's going on here in Spain? So many corrupt people and councillors all getting caught for fraud, backhanders and everything. We've got his brother now, and of course we've still got the case of Sanchez's wife, Begoña Gómez. There's also, of course, as you know, has been an investigation since April last year, and she's been accused of corruption, influence peddling, and it's all linked to her previous work of Madrid's stuff she'd done with the university. Well, yeah, it's not getting good here, is it, eh? I wonder why they keep increasing the taxes to pay for all the corrupt money that's been defrauded from the Spanish government. Even though there's been some really good news with the GDP here in Spain, it's actually recorded a lot higher than they originally thought. Of course, it's going to be a lot to do with the influx of tourists. And it ain't going to stay that way if they keep on coming up with crazy ideas and scaremongering people with all these extra taxes and silly rules. But yeah, originally it was a little bit lower. Now they've actually come up with the correct product of the GDP, and it's expanded 0.8% between April and June. So that was more what they actually thought. On a yearly basis, they're looking around 3.1%. A quarter is a lot higher than the, of course, the original estimate that was showed, which was 2.8. And yeah, it's pretty good when you compare it to the rest of the other countries in Europe. And the other good news as well is the Spanish unemployment level falls to 2.4 million, which is still a lot, but it's the lowest figures in 18 years. You get back to the GDP and that, Spain's momentum is really sharply really ahead of the rest of the Eurozone, where the overall GDP has barely grown just 0.1% in the same period. Germany's economy shrank 0.3%, and even Italy 0.1 has slipped. France has posted 0.3, so yeah, Spain is well above all of them. That's what I keep telling you, Spain's the #1 place at the moment. The weather, the cheap property, the living, and that is why the tourists are flocking out and they're pushing the GDP right up, making loads of money, so all these councillors can carry on being corrupt and taking it all back out of the system. But yeah, talk about systems. If you're living in the Orihuela Costa, there's a lot going on there at the moment. They're upgrading a lot of the power supplies. So a lot of the areas in Orihuela Costa between now and the next 2 weeks are going to have a lot of disruption because they're going to get a lot of power cuts. So if you've got a few power cuts, don't panic. They're just doing new cables and things like that. Talk about Orihuela Costa. We've got a case where someone's been caught dumping stuff by the bins. As you know, in Torrevieja, there we go, we've got bins like this everywhere. And sometimes there's 2 or 3. And people just think it's okay to just go by and empty their stuff out in their house when they buy it because they don't want it. Or they just want to dump anything they want, buy the bins, and then someone else comes and dumps. Then a builder will dump. But yeah, if you get caught, and this person got caught, you got an €800 fine. So yeah, if you do need anything taken away in Spain, they do take it away for free. So you don't need to risk an €800 fine. You just ring the number up. And if you want the number, I'll leave it down in the description. It's a special number you ring. They tell you when to leave it out. And you do leave it by the bins, believe it or not, but they will tell you what day to leave it out. So if anything happens and you get caught dumping it, you've already notified them, so you're okay. And they will take it away. And happy days. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. You know, it just runs the place down. You get these nice areas and someone buys a new house and they think, oh, well, just put it all by the bins. We do know the Moroccans go through it all and have a little dip. As more likely after the time they will take the motor out, the blimmin' washing machine and things like that, or the compressors off the old fridge freezers and make money and just leave the mess all over the place. So ring the number, don't take the chance. Otherwise you're going to have to pay a fine. Thing I want to let you know as well, as you know, everyone's coming to Spain and there's a big influx and they cannot cope. There's backlogs galore with like your NIE, and it's a nightmare to get an appointment. Literally is a nightmare. People are having lots of long waiting time. Like I say, I can get you that if you contact me. Slizzard can get it within a couple of weeks because it's who you know, not what you know. But there are some people over the age of 65 can actually get it done really quick without any hassle. I was informed by one of my subscribers that in the Alicante city there, if you go into Alicante and you go to the police station in Alicante, if you're over 65, they will book an appointment for you and get it sorted. Otherwise, you're going to end up waiting months to get an NIE appointment. So yeah, if you're a pensioner, Alicante police station, they said they help pensioners out. Happy days, Marlene. Otherwise, you'll have to contact me and we'll sort you out your pension or your visas or whatever you want. So yeah, it's of course there's a lot of waiting list, everything in Spain, and it's all still behind, and they're still blaming COVID. I don't know how. But the other thing you've got to be warned about as well, I did mention it in the new laws coming out with electric scooters, and yeah, it's definitely coming in. Electric scooters from next year, you've got to have special insurance. And if you're riding on the road and you're going over a certain speed, you've got to have your little license number plate, your insurance, everything. Basically, it's a motorised vehicle. If you're doing more than 30 miles an hour, it's motorised. Therefore, you have to have insurance. And that is all coming out. And they are doing checks now. And checking scooters, they're not zooming along more than 30 miles an hour. So okay, you're all right when you're in these little places and you're hiring the local scooters, the Optas and all that, because they're restricted to certain speeds. So yeah, but someone the other day, unfortunately, borrowed his mate's scooter, decided to go out on the piss, as they say. In other words, go out and drink, and just use it to get about, bar to bar, or get home, and stopped by the police. And yeah, it wasn't good, because his mate's scooter got confiscated. They took his scooter, they fined the person with a scooter for driving a personal mobility vehicle, they call it, and that was a €200 fine, and then overtaking he got 200. So yeah, you've got to be careful, because he was over the limit, which is 0.25 here in Spain, as I mentioned in my video I done about the new drinking laws, which I got that on my channel. He got fined €500. Basically, he ended up with a €900 fine after borrowing his mate's scooter, decided to have a drink about and use it, and lost his mate's scooter. So be careful, they are cracking down, because you're on a bicycle or a scooter. Don't think you're going to get away with it, because he never. Yeah, wasn't a good day for him. I've heard around hanging and hangovers the next day, but I think he had a big one. The law is in Spain as well, if there is like a rule broken and you do get stopped, the Spanish law says that offender does not pay the fines immediately, literally right away. That is when the vehicles get seized, until you finish paying all the payments, and then you get it back. The person decides to like not live here or disappear and the fines ain't paid, well, they say it's going to be destroyed, gone. Depends how much the scooter's worth, innit, really. If it's a couple of €100 scooter and you're on holiday and you borrowed your mates, you might as well just let them have it. We've got also the other bit of news as well. As you know, they're doing it everywhere. We've got the stickers, the emission stickers, all different B's and zeros, all different colours. You get them from the post office with your car now. You put the sticker on, and it's about €5. I think you can actually get them free some places. You put the emission zone stickers on your car, and it allows you to go into certain cities. And if your car ain't economical and chucking out, look at that, here we go, we're in Spain, yeah, no indicators. So yeah, as I was saying, if your car's got bad emissions, of course you won't be allowed in a lot of these areas. And most parts of Spain, they're all doing the emission thing, but it's meant to come in January, but they've actually delayed it now. They're saying the low emission zone, the LEZ, is now coming on January the 2027, even though the traffic restrictions in the city centre will be phased out during 2026. It's just giving people more time, and they're saying giving people used to the emissions, in other words blending it in really, and implementing what the rules are and all the European Spanish regulations. And yeah, requiring all these areas, 50,000 residents to establish which zones and all, you know, basically getting used to where you can drive and where you can't and what stickers. Everything's manuana here, isn't it, eh? Everything. Nothing ever gets done straight away. It is all manuana. The thing we're going to talk about, as you all know, electricity in Spain is like going up all the time. It's like the old stock market. Some days they actually tell you it's free, but that's after it's already happened. But yeah, summer bills are normally really high because of the air conditioning and everything else. And then you get a certain type of the year, which is probably now, you're probably not using no air conditioning, no nothing, you know, so you're going to get a sort of average bill. But certain appliances obviously burn a lot more than others. So we're going to go through what appliances are actually costing you a load of money. Starting to understand what these appliances and what usage and output they're costing you, you're going to realise what you can actually save money on. Once you know what a kind of usage each of these are, even by a little kilowatt can really save you up to €70 a year. As you know, there are appliances that actually guzzle electric, and we all know what they are. I mean, in Spain, a lot of people just come over here, get their bill and just pay it every month. Of course, if you live in Spain, if you're using one of these electric suppliers, I mean, most people are actually with Iberdrola. I don't know if you with what kind of bill you're getting. I mean, we live here, we run a pool, and we've had the aircon on through the summer, and our bill can average just in the summer months around about 125, 130, and then rest of the year it's like around about €100, maybe 90. And of course, and it all depends on how much you use, and it depends what rate you're on, because you can be well ripped off. And I know people that have got holiday homes here and they can't work out that their bill, what they're paying for their holiday home, is more than mine. and I live here and I've only come for a few weeks because of the standing charges and the rate. Of course, it's down to the rate, and if you're on a bad rate, you'll be on that because they won't reduce it. So you do need to go down to the Iberola and say, look, I need to get a better rate, and they will give you a rate, no problem. You take your passport, one of your old bills or an NIE card, go down there and let them know that you're not happy with what you're paying, and with a blink they will change it. I know a friend of mine was paying 28, whatever it was or what, and ended up paying 14. Wow, can't believe how, crazy the price just dropped as quick as that. And there are companies that will get your bills down and give you vouchers, 50, 100 euros. I don't know if any of you have had that. You've probably seen them in the supermarkets and everything. Personally, wouldn't go with any agencies. I go straight to the main people, go down there, query your bill, because there's certain things you can have off peak where you can get your washing done all free, and if you're a holiday maker, don't just get ripped off, because some of the appliances, the refrigerators, they ran about 29% juice they take up, and the washing machine, it's not that bad really compared to the fridge, but that's 11% they're saying, and the dishwasher's 8, the oven's 8, and then the computers, that's pretty surprising really for a little computer. It's taking around 7% of the old usage of the old, and then the dryer. Now the tumble dryer is normally the one you think that takes a lot, well that's 4%. But the one surprise you all is the standbys. You got on standby in the house, 9%. So the refrigerator, which is 350 to 1,000 watts, and then you've got the microwave, 900 to 1,500 watts. Then you've got your hob, your cooking electric hob, 900 up to 2,100. Washing machines, 1,500 to 2,000. So yeah, these are crazy wattage here. Dishwashers, 900, 2,300. An oven could start at 1,000 to 2,300 as well. And your heating is 1,000. That'd be like your aircon, I suppose. And that is draining as well. That can go up to 2,500. So yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And then you've got your television, that could be as little as 150 to 400. So these are all like high usage. So you've got to be really careful when you start buying your appliances. Make sure that you're not buying the guzzlers that are juicing up all your electric. They've got the lower end of the scale of appliances, like your vacuum cleaners. Literally nothing really, 38 kilowatts. And your irons 108 kilowatts. Toasters and razors and all that, they're all like low usage, as you know, the air dryers and the old air straightener stuff. But yeah, every household is different. You can go in some houses, everyone leaves the lights on and basically don't care. Some of them have the aircon on with the doors open. Yes, there are some people that just got too much money. So yeah, it all depends on your pattern, how you do your washing, whether you're doing it in peak hours. You've got to get down to that shop and have a chat with them and get your bill down. And you can get it down. Just got to make sure that you monitor your consumption and get the best rates. If you let us know what your monthly bill is, whether you're a holiday maker, it'd be interesting. And how much you pay a month, standing order and your bill as an holiday maker, and how much you're paying living in Spain, and we can have a look at all the comments and see who's actually getting a bit ripped off, because it's important to let us know as well who the supplier is. I've already told you what my one is. I'm paying now 130 in the summer, so that was my latest bill. So just let us know what your latest bill is, and it'll be interesting really, see what companies out there are ripping us off. Remember, it was rip off Britain. We don't want to end up in rip off Spain now. They talk about rip off Spain. I tell you what, you've got so many beautiful restaurants in Spain. You've got quite nice ones along the front here, but really, most restaurants are pretty average. Everyone recommends this restaurant's good, that's good. Maybe it's because of the price, maybe it's because good menu of the day that's really cheap. You get a lot for your money, big portions. It could be many reasons why people recommend different restaurants. But the bottom line is there are really exceptional places, and we have done some reviews of restaurants and high-end restaurants as well. And we visited a restaurant the other day, believe it or not, and we will post it up so you can check it out. And it was a nice restaurant in La Mata, which is literally 2 beaches along, isn't it? This is Playa del Cura on the Costa Blanca. The next beach we will come to would be your crazy one, of course, which is Playa Los Locos. And then after that is your La Mata, and just round here, lovely beaches. And yeah, we went to this posh restaurant, and yeah, really nice restaurant. The food was to die for. I think we've been to some really high-end restaurants here in Spain, and we did go to one really nice, which I will be doing a review on. We didn't take the camera. That was in Benioff, a really nice cook. That was the best restaurant. But yeah, the one yesterday blew it away. It absolutely blew it away. The food, the flavours, the taste, the presentation and the decor, everything. But when it came to the bill, I think the bill blew me away as well. Even though the food prices were very reasonable and it was amazing food, but the drink prices, I thought I was back in the UK, or as if I was buying a drink at the airport, because they were charging €7 for a beer. Yeah, €7 for a beer. Wow, I nearly passed out. When you think about it, you can get an average beer anywhere, €2, €2.50. And then, of course, you're going to pay a bit more in a restaurant. You don't mind. In a restaurant, you might get stung €4.50, €5. But come on, €7, a living drink. It is absolutely bananas. So yeah, I will go back to the restaurant because it was a nice restaurant and I will recommend it. And I did do this lovely video. You will see it at the end. But next time I'll be getting a jug of water. That is for sure. I was busy here, innit, eh? Always busy, Playa del Cura. It's like summer's never finished. Indian summer. Listen, we always have it warm, whatever. And of course, not everyone's having it good. We've had storms in the last few days, Andalusia, and all round parts of Spain, even some of the islands there. And yeah, this is what happens. This time of year, you'd get the odd storm pop up, and you'll have a big drop in temperature. And then next minute, the blue skies will be out, and you'll be back up where you was. But yeah, Torrevieja, like I say, we always skip it. We've got the Salt Lakes, and then we're in that little pocket, ain't we? We seem to dodge it. Might get caught with a few spots of rains now and then, but other than that, we do dodge it. Yeah, nice to see a lot of people moving about here. Say it's creeping up to 12 o'clock. Everyone's having a dip. 24 degrees, that's what I said, and that's what it is. 24 in the sea. That's warmer than my blimmin' swimming pool. So it's ice cream weather, isn't it, eh? Just look though how calm that water is. Completely calm. So I'd like to say thank you. I've had a few coffees bought, but they haven't left their name. So it just come up on my app, buy me a coffee. Just comes up, someone bought me a coffee. So who's just bought me a coffee today and yesterday. A big thank you for the coffees, of course. So I can't really give you a shout out with your name. And of course the super thanks I got the other day as well. Really appreciate that, and all the support. It all helps towards everything really. The editing, the petrol and visiting places. And as you all know, we're off to Salau. Yeah, we're off to Salau Monday, and we're going to show you the area, and we'll show you the property prices, and we'll show you the beaches and everything going on. I've been recommended a few places to go to, so yeah, we're going to do some really nice videos up in Salau. As my solicitor said, never heard of Salou, but yeah, when I'm come up with it, Salau, and yeah, he's heard of that. So yeah, that is a pronounced correct Salau. And English people is Salou, innit? Of course, we've got our own pronunciation, even if it's Cockney or Welsh or whatever. But yeah, we're going to be doing some gorgeous videos. I'll tell you what though, it's getting sweaty or not. You can see why so many people are on that beach. Almost October, isn't it, in a few days. And we've still got the disability hut there and the disability chairs where they can sit in the pool. Do look after disability people here in Spain. Of course, you get all the parking. I do get asked questions about parking. Can we use that badge? Listen, you can get away in some areas, some parts of Torrevieja, because they say it's still recognised in Europe. But since we've left the EU and Brexit come along, as you know, everything changed. And of course, a lot of the police and the parking people, not that you do have many parking people, they're mainly police. They might just come and slap a ticket on it and tow it away. So yeah, you got to be really careful if you're coming out with a blue badge. It's like Russian roulette really, whether you're going to get in trouble and get your towed away or fined. So yeah, I really need to take extra caution. Says check with the local area where you're staying, whether it's recognisable with a blue badge. From area to area, it's all different. That is all the day's news here in Spain on the Costa Blanca, Playa del Cura. And yeah, it's all the same, isn't it, eh? Every day's the same. It's like summer never finishes here in Spain. 360 days of sunshine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and yeah, if you're in the area where it costs, like I say, expect some power cuts for the next few weeks. A lot of streets are affected, you're going to be without power, what they changed the lines, and of course Sanchez and the family all getting caught, and there's more involved as well. So yeah, a lot going on with the corruptness and the old dodgy dealings here in Spain. Thank you for your videos. What's your name?
Nasser, from Sweden.
From Sweden. You enjoying the videos?
Yes, yes.
Good. Do you know what? It's your lucky day. I've got a key ring. Is that your friend now? Stefan. He's not from Sweden.
Yes.
Oh, he's from Sweden, yeah? There's a couple of key rings for you. You can open your beer.
Yes, yes.
Enjoy the videos. See you later. And most importantly, it'd be interesting, like I say, always let me know in the comments what your last electric bill was and what company you're with. And if we all start sharing that, we'll get to know who's getting ripped off and who ain't. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and yeah, if you're in the area where it costs, like I say, expect some power cuts for the next few weeks. A lot of streets are affected, you're going to be without power, what they changed the lines, and of course Sanchez and the family all getting caught, and there's more involved as well. So yeah, a lot going on with the corruptness and the old dodgy dealings here in Spain. And most importantly, it'd be interesting, like I say, always let me know in the comments what your last electric bill was and what company you're with. And if we all start sharing that, we'll get to know who's getting ripped off and who ain't. Just before I go, if you could like my video, that would really help me. And of course, give us a like and share. But it's hasta luego from Torrevieja on Salvador.